Well, welcome to Westbridge Hills, episode 24, with me, Mr. Sealy P. So, as promised, at the end of the last episode, I'm going to do the baling. I'm going to do the baling first in this episode. I'm going to bale up the hay. Not that side. In this side, there we go. Right. We are hooked up and we're good to go. Now, this baler says it requires 122 horsepower to pull. This has got 203. Fingers crossed this is going to work. I hope so. Now, this is unlike the round baler. This is automatic. So, what we'll do is open it up. We will drop the pig up and turn it on. And it should work fine. Let's see how we get on. So as you can see, bale number 1 has the bale twine around it. It's already been forced through. We're on to bale number 2. Once bale number 3 starts to be produced, bale number 1 should get forced off the back. That's generally how this one works. So we can now on to bale number 3, and bale number 1 should now gradually get forced off the back. Like. It will go. It's teetering, there we go. So that's one bale off the back. Right. Let's carry on and get these all baled. See how many we get out of this field. To be honest, this tractor is doing this no problem at all. Doesn't help that some of my lines were absolutely awful. Going up over the rocks here, probably not the best way of doing it. Right, let's get this turn around. Try and pick up all the odd bits that I've left laying around. There we go. Uphill, yeah, a bit of a struggle, but it's managed it. It's taken uphill. Great demand at the train station for barley. That's a bit of luck because that's what I'm harvesting just there. So we should get a bit of extra money for that. Now, for those of you that have watched my gameplay series before on Down the Farm at Bjornholm or Sosnovka, I normally do round bales. I haven't done square bales on either of those maps. So this is the first time on a gameplay series of doing square bales, which is going to require a different trailer for collection. I won't need the wrapped bale grab handler, whatever you want to call it. Probably the bale spike will be the best thing. Probably going to get a telehandler rather than a tractor with front loader. Just find them more stable and a bit more versatile. The bucket you get for tractors and front loaders is tiny. I have got some brown bales over to the right. You can just see them in the yard there. Because I had initially started off intending to do round bales, and I thought, you know what, I haven't done square bales, I'm going to do them on this map. So once I've used all of those up, the next lot of straw bales I do will also be square bales. this is the last strip. I have thought for quite a while now, since seeing modded versions of these balers, it needs a bale counter, really does. I don't know how many bales I've got in the field now. I've completely lost count, so who knows, but there are a few. You can see them across the entire field. We have made quite a few hay bales. I am not going to be short of hay bales for a long time. Straw bales I may need to do some more. Hay bales, not a chance, and not unless I buy 500-600 cows, which is not likely to start off with. So what I'm going to do first of all is turn off the baler, empty it. There we go. Close it, lift the pickup, and we will park up the baler. That is the baling done. Hallelujah. It's only been about 3 episodes coming, but we finally got there. So that's the hay bales done. So after all the grass cutting, the tedering, the windrowing, now the baling's done. The next thing for that field, for field 20, is going to be the bale collection. That's going to be interesting. I may do an episode like I did on Sosnovka, where I do them manually, which I did with the skid steer and the bale spike on Sosnovka. On this one I might use a telehandler and a bale spike, but as you can see at the moment I'm down to just over, well, yeah, just over $3,500, which isn't a lot. I'm going to need some more money before I do that. I've got a lot of canola to sell. I'm going to get great demand on the barley over to our right now, which I'm going to go over and deal with. So, back in the Deutzfahr, I am going to whiz round. I think the other harvester needs emptying. As I said at the end of the last episode, because the harvesters were just sat, I'd parked them up in the barn and completely forgot the field 19 needed harvesting. So off screen I brought them down here. Now obviously you can see the smaller header on the 7130 leaves much narrower bands between the straw swaths, and there won't be as much in the straw swaths, as opposed to the 9230, which has got much wider bands because it's got a bigger header and there'll be more in each straw swath. Either way, doesn't matter. It's got 2 harvesters on the field, they're doing their job. That's exactly what I needed. So absolutely perfect. That is full. So we'll jump into the harvester, open the pipe, and we'll back this up. And see how much we're getting here. Don't much room in here actually. I should have looked actually. I'm sure any of you that were eagle-eyed probably paid attention when I moved over to the Deutzfahr how much room I had. This might fill it actually. Just thinking. Because it wasn't far off full, I don't think. I don't know, maybe not. Okay, so obviously no, not. Right, let's get back on with the rest of the barley. The straw swath should be enabled. Put the pipe away. And off we go. Which I better check. Yes, it is on. That's good. Always a worry, never quite sure. And I think it's going to leave a gap between the other harvester and this one. There's a small strip left over. So I'm going to go over and set the other harvester off and we'll complete this field. Okay, so it is leaving a small gap. Not too bad, but we are filling up with barley. Actually, while I say that, it did say great demand for barley. Let's have a quick look. That's weird. It said barley. I'm sure it said barley. Oh yeah, barley. Whoa. Train station. That's not bad at all. 1 point times 1.9 for 6 hours. We're definitely taking our barley down there. Okay, fantastic. Thought I would bring the Deutz-Fahr alongside, because jumping in it became very clear that I was literally 600-700 litres off being full, which we are now full. I'm going to take this over to the train station now and get paid. We do need a bit of a cash injection. While that's happening, this field should finish off, although that said, I think the two harvesters are going to collide when one turns round at the end. So I may jump back into one of those momentarily to deal with that. Supreme milk. I'm hoping actually in FS17 that you can deliver your own milk. I'm pretty sure I've read that or heard that somewhere, that you can have that switched on or off, that the milk will either go automatically at midnight or you can have it so you have to deliver it. I hope so. Again, we're back to that same conversation I keep having. Excuse me. That everything that seems to be being mentioned and promised for Farming Simulator 17 might only be relevant to PC at the moment. What we get console wise, we're not going to know. We're hoping it's going to be all of it, but you're never too sure. Right, let's see what we get for this, shall we? $56,800 for a 46,900 litre load. That is pretty good. I'm going to get this straight back down to field 19 because the two harvesters should have finished, and we'll get our last bit of barley back down here. All I'm hoping for now is a great demand on canola and all would be wonderful. I will jump into the 9230 and just offload this last bit, and then we'll pull the 9230 out of the way at some point in the near future, probably off screen. I will get them back to the yard and probably give them a pretty good wash because they're a bit of a state. Well, this one is especially. I don't know about the 7130, it's probably going to be quite bad as well. We'll see. It could be bad, it might not. Okay, pipe in. And close this up. Let me think. Yep, this way around. Bingo. Okay, that's good to go. Back into the Deutz-Fahr. See if we can find the other harvester. It's quite a long field, this one actually, 19. There it is in the distance. I'm just about making out through all the dirt on the windscreen. Okay, there we go. Should be loading up nicely. That, I'm assuming that's for the wiper, is it? Is that the wiper housing? It's always in the way. You can see the trailer filling. It's going in. That's good. It's always when you get a great demand for something, you wish you had more fields of it. That looks like that's it. Okay. Let's just jump out of here. Oh, lovely looking bale. Not a bad job, even if I say so myself. Right, where am I going? Oh yes, harvester, that was it. Getting sidetracked. Oh, over the tractor tyre. Good grief. Pop that away. And shut that down. I will park this up out of the way, I think, and then we'll get those back to the yard. Okay. Right. Let's get back in this Deutz file. Our last bit of barley we've got in here then is 17,577 litres. We're on $60,000 at the moment. Another 21,000. Okay, that's good. Happy with that. Right, that's the barley field done then. On field 19, I've left the straw swaths. Those we are now going to collect in the forage harvester. So what I'm going to do is take this back to... This can go back to the yard now actually. We don't need this at the moment. We might need it for the all crop harvest on field 21. That isn't quite complete yet. So I'll take this back to the yard and we'll go and grab the forage harvester and make a start on clearing field 19 of the straw swaths. Now this is a good opportunity now for us to try out the new Bergman chaff trailer. The problem is I've done quite a few episodes now on the 3 different maps, and I'm sure I had this and then sold it and replaced it, but I could be dreaming. No, I did. It was on... That's right, it was on the Down on the Farm gameplay series on Bjornholm. I had this set up with this trailer, but because I wanted the bigger header for doing maize on the forage harvester, I bought the Chrome Big X. The Chrome Big X wouldn't hook up to this trailer, which became a bit of a problem. That's as I recall, yeah. So I sold the Bergman and I got 2 Flegel trailers, Flegel bulls I think they were. Got 2 Flegel bulls and put those together. So I have had this trailer before. I know I liked it, but I couldn't remember when I'd had it. Anyway, regardless, let's get over to the field. And we'll start clearing the straw swaths on field 19. Hopefully by the time we kind of get to the end of doing this, field 21 will be ready for an all crop, because I need to get some more silage into that silage bay. I will probably do some of that all crop maybe in a multiplayer, I'm not too sure. It depends if my compatriot is available or not. Plus I need to get these bales off this field here I'm not going to decide how I'm going to do that, because realistically, if I do them manually with a bale spike, it could take me a whole episode. Plus I've got all the canola in storage, which at the moment I think I've got 187,000 litres. So when I cleared all of the fields in the last harvest, I stored it all because the price was quite low. So I've got quite a bit there. Actually, I'll start on the far side, just suddenly remembered. If I start on the far side, I get closer and closer to the biogas plant rather than further and further away. I know it's ridiculous, you know. At the end of the day, I've got to drive the same amount of distance regardless of what I do. Just double check that the pipe is out. Header is on. Okay, and there we go. Any opportunity I get to grab chaff to put into the silage bays, silage silos, I always do. At the end of the day, if I'm going to cut this for the barley itself, it seems silly turning the straw swath off. This is all money in the bank. If I just left this, didn't bother leaving the straw swath behind, let it just spray all over the field, for every 12,000 litres of this, it's worth $19,000 at the biogas plant. I'd be mad not to collect it or to plough it back into the ground. So yeah, to me it's a no-brainer. It depends whether chaffing's your thing, whether silage is what you want to do at any point. I try to do a combination of fields, selling crops, milk from the dairy, wool from the sheep, and then chaff silaging as well. I've done logging on this as well. I've done logging on my other maps. So I try to do a combination of everything, so it's a kind of a varied split. And as you can see, that's 26,000 litres already just on that one strip. So that's worth about $38,000. Just that amount alone. I'm not going to ignore that. I am going to continue this collection, this chaffing, probably off screen, the rest of it. It's just going to take me a little while. I've done chaffing before, it's nothing you haven't seen before, especially on this field. I've done this field once before already, I think. You can see how quickly this trailer is filling up. This is a 55,000 litre trailer, and I'm on 40,000 litres already, so, you know, like I said, it's a no-brainer. Anyway, that said, we're coming to the end of the episode. I've got the baling done in the field that I said I was going to do, that will need collecting. I have finished the harvest on this field and then gone and sold the barley at great demand, which I'm quite happy about, at the train station, and we've made just over 80,000 in the process. I'm now back over here trying out the, not new Bergman trailer, I've had it before on other maps, but new to this map, the Bergman chaff trailer, which at the moment it's a nice size, it's filling up well, I like it. If you enjoyed the episode, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe, please do. If you want to leave a comment, absolutely leave a comment, love to hear from you. Whatever you decide to do, I think we're almost full, and we are full. Whatever you decide to do, as always, thanks for watching.